First of all, welcome to Verdi Chat with Mads.
So excited to be here.
Joining me today is one of our leading ladies, an actress who brings powerful characters and real emotions to our screens, Natasha Rimar. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
First of all, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Um, well, I've been in theater and acting since I was very little. Um, I loved anything in the arts, so music, drawing, painting, all of that kinds of stuff. I didn't take acting too seriously until kind of after COVID ended, and that's kind of when I started experimenting with film and television and started doing the verticals. But yes, I also love writing, and I do want to get on the other side of film and do maybe directing and screenwriting as well. So that's a work in progress at the moment.
I never would have guessed that. Oh, wow. Are you writing your own vertical?
I am at the moment. I'm trying to make it something like less of the typical vertical stories and of the typical tropes, but still having like the fun cheesiness in it. And it's like a murder mystery, like Pretty Little Liars type of vibe, if you've seen that show.
Yep, I am here for that. I am 100% here. Tell me when it's out.
I'm hoping I can get it made. I'm still working the kinks on how to do that once I finish, but I feel like it would be so fun. And everyone that I've met on these verticals have become like a family. So doing a project with all of them would be so much fun.
Would you want to choose the cast for yourself?
I would love to help. I think it would be so fun. And I have some people in mind already. Like as I've been writing, I've been kind of pinning certain people that I know and that I'm close with that I feel like would do a really good job. I think that's the best way to get good characters is to kind of switch them into personalities of the people that you know in real life. So having people in mind definitely help.
I am here for that. I am 100% here for that. So, what drew you to verticals?
Um, so I kind of knew about them before I started doing my first one. I got reached out to for one, and I was a little bit unsure because I watched some and it didn't really seem like I was trying to get away from the theater type of acting because I did it for a long time and I love it. But I was shifting my acting style towards film and television. And I've noticed that verticals are kind of like a 50-50 where it's kind of theatrical, but also a mix of film and television. So I wasn't sure if it was the right decision for me to jump into it. But then I watched a couple verticals that were done in Vancouver there by the company that reached out to me. And I think one of them was the Mr. President one. And I was really like I loved it. And I was like, okay, I get it. And all of the actors that I've watched seem to like be really, really amazing. And was like, I would love to work with these people. And so that kind of put me in and was the inspiring moment for me after I watched a few here. And some of the actors that I've worked with now that I tell them that, oh, you helped me change my mind about being in my first vertical. But that was kind of the start. And as an actor, you can't really pick and choose. You go with whatever happens first, and then I that was probably the best decision because I love being a part of these.
Who did you work with?
On my first one,
Yeah.
I worked with the company was with Sparkland, and I the male lead was John DeCaro. I think that's how you say his last name. It was like a werewolf. It made me feel like I was living my Vampire Diaries, like Twilight, cheesy romance. Um, It was with John DeCaro and Rory was the antagonist, and one of my close friends, Elisa, she was the antagonist, like the female antagonist, and we became so close after that. and they're a great cast.
I haven't seen John on many since that.
Yeah.
I think it won.
Yeah, I've only worked with him once, but I've seen him in quite a bit of the werewolf verticals.
I remember the first one I saw of his was on drama, no, not drama, real short. So you've been the lead protagonist in almost every vertical I've seen. Have you ever wanted to be the antagonist?
I've played the antagonist a couple times, and honestly, it's so much fun. I I love I love playing the antagonist. It I think it's because after playing the female lead and going through all those situations, I kind of have a little revenge arc in my head where I'm like, I want to start doing I want to be the one that does this stuff. And so when I get to play the antagonist, it's always really fun. And people are always really surprised that I can do an antagonist role because I apparently don't look mean enough, but it's always so much more fun getting to, you can put you can it's also it's less pressure a little bit because you can have more fun with what you're doing and what you're saying and how you want to play it is more in your control, I feel. A lot more dialogue, I find. Like you have a lot more lines to memorize, which can be a little bit difficult, but playing around with it is so much fun. I played the antagonist a few times, but they haven't been super, intense antagonists like the ones that I've seen. I did one with Emily Gately, and it was called Caught in the Act. That was my first antagonist role, and that was really fun because I got to hit someone with a bat, which shouldn't be fun. And we didn't actually hit anybody, but the swing was very therapeutic.
I feel like you need to just go to a smash room.
I've been wanting to do that so badly. It's on the bucket list.
You so should. They are so fun.
Have you been? I love that. Oh my gosh, I
Oh
need to
my.
do that.
Do you have a creative process or ritual you have developed that helps you prepare for a role or a performance?
Yes. I usually will print out the script and read the script a couple times and then start to jot down some character personality traits that I find and when the switch happens for the character arc and all that kinds of stuff. Because with the process of verticals, we shoot so much in a day and it's so easy to get lost while you're doing it. And I want to make sure that I have my little notes to tell me, okay, this is how your character is feeling. This is what just happened. Keep it in mind while you're doing the scene so it doesn't look unmatched. Because I find with the female lead also is there'll be the innocence and the vulnerability a lot in the beginning, and then there'll be that arc after when the character growth hits in and the strength starts to show. And I want to make sure I have the cues in there for myself. But that's usually the ritual. I like to find songs that remind me of the situation or the character, just so I don't know, I find it fun to listen to them on the ride to set and just really get myself into the character's state or even just any kind of music that feels like the vibe of the story.
That's really different that you would use music because sometimes uh music can, I don't know, it can change up really quick.
Yeah.
Which songs, like, for like a vulnerable role, which
Mm,
songs would you use for that?
it kind of depends. I'm so bad at thinking off the top of my head, but um
It's like, sorry to put you on the spot.
it's okay. Um I'm trying to think of like what I used on my recent one. Um mm, I'm so sorry. I can't even. I can't even come up with the names in my head.
Just message me later and be like, oh, I remember now.
Yeah, I'll probably that'll happen to me halfway through. I'll be like, I know a song.
No, that's okay.
Lots of Taylor Swift songs. I will say
Oh,
that. Lots of yeah, those types of songs or hmm uh oh, yeah, when I have a random thought, I'll probably be like, I remember now.
that's okay.
I apologize.
Being a vertical actor obviously comes with its own set of challenges. Is there a skill you've had to learn for a specific role or to get a role?
I remember the challenge that I had in the beginning was walking in heels, which is like probably not a deep answer at all, but I think that was in the beginning the most challenging for me was after like the first one was fine and then it was getting right into the second vertical right after and then having to be in heels again because I'm always paired with really tall male leads and I'm 5'2". So I'm in like 4 or 5 inch heels for 12 hours a day. And I remember I was reading the comments on like a YouTube, they posted one of my verticals and they mentioned they really need to like train these leads into walking in heels. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. It's because I don't have I'm better at it now. But before I was just getting used to it. My feet were still trying to be up that high and balancing, and I'm already clumsy enough that heels didn't help it. That was learning how to walk in heels for verticals was probably one of the challenges. And also, I feel, what else have I had to do? Switching, okay, this is probably a better answer. I think for with especially with verticals, since we do a lot of different scenes in a day, being able to channel certain emotions quickly, like if I had to do a crying scene, right after I did like a happy wedding scene or something like that, that was really difficult for me in the beginning because as an actor, I always try to stay away from channeling my own emotions and things that used to trigger me because I want to make sure that I'm not putting myself in a not so great mental state and just being the character and playing through the character because I don't want to risk my own mental health because I've been there and it's not fun. So that was really challenging to find a way for me to turn it off and on and get through the scenes and be able to be happy in the next scene after if I needed to be and just switching motions quickly and making sure I feel good after I come back from set and not that I put too much of myself into the character. And yeah, that's I'm not sure if that made sense.
Yeah, it did. And I am like lost for words. Like, I'm like, I don't even know what to say now. Like, oh, I
I
can
love
see
how
why it would be hard.
yeah. I love how I went from high heels to
Yeah. No, like I can understand the heels. I'm 5'1", but the I can see in the scenes how quickly you would have to change emotions because every scene is like so short
yeah.
and you'd have to do that on the fly. So you'd have to get out of one mood and then straight into another mood.
Yeah.
That
And
I can see.
we do like 1 to 2 takes of each scene. So sometimes you really have to pull your best performance you can to do those 1 to 2 takes. And hopefully you can get the emotion out because there's no prep time either. You kind of prep in the bathroom while you're changing out of your other wardrobe.
That that would be very stressful. Like I wouldn't be able to chop and change so quick because I linger. I'm an emotional
Hmm.
lingerer. So
Too.
for you to be able to do that, like oh, praise to you.
After doing the verticals, I find it's a lot harder for me to mask my emotions for some reason. I think because I'm so used to letting it out on set when I have the chance that now I find myself giving into my emotions, which is not a bad thing. You should be able to express how you're feeling and talk about how you're feeling and get emotional if you need to. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think that was actually a good thing that came out from these was being able to be more honest with myself of how I've been feeling and express it and not keep it hidden, which was, I think, a problem for me now that I realize it. I thought it was always good to mask your feelings, but I actually think it's better that you don't and you let out how you're feeling.
Otherwise, it does build up, and then that's what causes chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't want that. But no, I'm proud of you for being able to do that. That is such a hard thing to do.
Thank you.
Holy crap. What are your thoughts on dresses, makeup, and heels? Are they excessive or just right for the roles that you play?
I honestly, I love when I get to dress up for a set. It's so fun. I like feeling because the costumes and the wardrobe and the makeup, it's what makes you feel more like a character and not yourself. So getting that transformation is so much fun. And I like wearing heels now that I can walk in them. But I think it definitely helps add to the to what character I'm playing. Except for that one time where I played a maid and they made me wear 4-inch heels. I'm like, I'm cleaning a house. Why am I in heels?
Nobody cleans a house in heels.
Uh, yeah, I do like the wardrobe. I think the makeup, hair, and wardrobe, they work so hard, remembering the continuity and changing us so quickly and going under like the pressure of time on set, which everyone goes through and everyone's incredible, being able to pull off shooting as much as we do, but they make us look good and they make us feel confident and I love it.
The end product is amazing. Don't worry about that. You guys look you guys always look great on camera.
Thank you so much.
There are a few questionable like wardrobe choices, but that's for
There
me
is.
personally. But
There is. I also question sometimes. I put some things on and I'm like, "Mm, are we
do you ever
sure
get
this
choices?
is Hmm?"
Do you ever get like the choice of like what you wear, or is it you just told what to wear?
We usually do a fitting and then they'll ask you to bring some of your own stuff if there's things you think that work for the character. I rarely get to use my own stuff. And I also don't like to bring my own stuff because I get the fear of getting it lost or with the amount of blood and you know things that happen on set. I want to keep my clothes away. But we don't normally get the choice. We'll usually do a fitting, and then once we get to set, sometimes we don't wear anything that we wore in the fitting, and they went out and bought new stuff that fits us better. And sometimes it's, I get sad because I love the stuff in the fitting, and then none of them show up on set, and I'm like, why
It's
am
like I was
I?
really hoping to wear that as mini skirt. Like
Yeah, sometimes I'm in very questionable clothing, and I'm like, okay, this
I've
is
seen like a lot of the repetitive dresses.
yeah, we share clothes. Everyone,
Oh,
we share them.
and shoes.
I bring my own shoes because I have really small feet. So
I know you. I fit into kids' shoes. It's really bad. So this question should have been before that one. I don't know why I worded it randomly. But which emotion do you find the hardest to portray automatically on camera?
that's a good question. Hmm. I actually don't know. I feel maybe when it is the emotional scenes, like that was a bit of the hardest to for me to work out on how to automatically get that feeling on camera. But I also feel like there's another one. I remember recently we were doing a scene where I was supposed to be like mad and then like in love, like quickly after. And I thought I was portraying it because I was, I was feeling it. I felt like I looked angry and then I felt the love, for my character. But portraying it on camera and seeing what it looks like, it's like, oh, okay, maybe I wasn't, giving off what I thought I was. So it's very interesting when you can feel the character and you can feel the emotions that you're doing, but on camera it doesn't appear that way. So that was an interesting one that I had to work out a little bit too, was like getting that good shift between instant like like anger and then love, but like in a subtle way that it didn't look strange.
Have you ever learned something from a character that you've applied in real life?
Hmm. Um, yes, I think so. I'm trying to think of an example, but I find there's a lot of things that I wish my character would do differently instead of things I would learn from the character. But I do really like the characters I get to play where a lot of things are happening, like a lot of negative things, but she's taken it in and she's not. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I'm trying to think because I feel every time I play one of my characters, I just want I just want her to do something. I want her to say something back. I want her to fight back. And because I feel like I've learned a lot about what not to do and what, know, but I feel like I've learned a lot from the stories sometimes where even though you go through a really rough period of time and things feel like it's at the lowest, there will be a light under the at the end of the tunnel and something good will happen in the end and you just keep going forward with a kind heart and good intentions and good will follow you. So that's what I've learned from the stories is to keep being positive and keep being a good person even if you feel like the universe is against you.
I like those roles where, the female lead obviously like stands up for herself because
Yeah.
it brings more than just the vulnerable. Like, it kind of annoys me how much they play into that vulnerability in most of the scripts.
Yeah, me
It's like
too.
it makes us seem weak. And I was like, me personally, I am not weak. I am not afraid to put someone in their place.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your, it's not stereotyping. Well, it sort of is. Like, and categorizing us. And that's what I'm getting very deep right now.
Go for it. I'll get deep with you.
Like, it categorizes us into like what we are perceived as.
I
I don't want to be perceived as a weakling. I'm not. Like, I'm from Australia. Kind of have to be tough out here.
it's my biggest struggle I find with these scripts is the way that they perceive women in them. And it disheartens me a little bit because I find in the scripts, they romanticize a lot of sensitive topics that shouldn't be. And I try and fray away from the scripts that are like that, but sometimes they're in them. And I I want to play the character as real as I can and if as honest as I can and make sure it's portrayed properly. But it's so difficult sometimes with the way that the story is played out once it's in editing to capture that because it just looks in a different way. And it just that's my biggest problem because we have like come a long way with the view of women and how we handle ourselves and how we are equal. And sometimes I find that certain vertical stories travel back into the stereotypes of, oh, we need a big, strong man to come and save us, when in reality, we can save ourselves. And, mm, you know, it's nice to have it's nice to have a guy, but it's not what saves us, you know?
Like we don't depend on men.
No. We are
No.
strong, independent women, and we
Oh,
have
yeah.
our own, we can fight back. We can do everything that they can do.
I would love to see more so not like the billionaire meets billionaire, just two regular people with like both of them with strong identities, like coming together.
Yeah.
I reckon that'd be worth like, yeah, I get the billionaires like all the hype, but why can't instead of the billionaire trope have their identity like build more on the identity to make up for that missing billionaire aspect.
Mhm.
Like go more in depth about what could have happened. Yeah, they could have been like childhood friends, whatnot, moved away and then come back and found each other. Yeah, I'm fine with all that. But like, I don't know, I'm getting very,
No, no, I love it.
I should write my own.
I'm
You
I'm
know,
I'm very into the slow burn stories, and I would love to see Verticals have, instead of like a lot of like the, some of the plot lines that we have, change it and add more scenes that show the leads connecting, because a lot of the times you don't ever see when it changes that they, or the female lead falls in love. It's like, when did that happen? Or the male lead fell in love because he spotted her on the street saving a cat, and then, or saw her once doing this one thing.
that
And
is so unrealistic.
it's in so many, it's probably in all of them, I think, that I've, or most of the ones that I've done, where it's this one flashback scene of my character doing some small thing and he remembers for his 10 years later. And I'm like, no, like show something that actually, this character, his male character, is brought up to be this like no emotion, intense, character. So I don't think him spotting a girl once is gonna change that view of his character. So having like a moment that would connect them and, show the realistic forms of a relationship, I think would do so much, would it would be so good. And I love whenever there's those little scenes where the two characters are just talking to each other, and it's not when slap happens and all that kind of stuff goes on in the script. It's the best moments are the ones that you find the characters connecting and you see the realness behind each of the characters.
Like, and yeah, I fully agree. I think we need more realism than like I get verticals are like, they are what they are,
Hmm.
but bringing more real aspects into it would definitely benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like I got hooked into them because of I'm not going to admit it on camera. What got you into verticals? Not the
Male
storyline.
lead space.
Oh my God, no.
I love
No,
it.
it literally is like, yeah, have you I don't know. I have my set actors that I watch and I have my set actresses that I watch, and you are 100% one of them.
Oh,
I love the shows that you're in. Oh my God.
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm
But
curious, what's your favorite of the ones that you've seen?
so far, I forgot the name of it already. It's the one with Luca.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
probably one of mine too.
But the thing it frustrates me, it's a little bit choppy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a little jumpy in the story. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how did you become besties with, I forgot his name. I watched too many of these things.
What was his name in it? I know the actor is Noah, but
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Noah, but I'm like, like, how did you like? Where's the backstory on that?
it's so interesting because I when I watched it, because I do like to watch the ones that I do, just because I'm so curious. Um, I think they took some like I think there was a couple things that were taken out or switched around, so it made it look a little like it was a little weird. And um but when we were doing it on set, we were really excited because it felt like we had those more connecting moments with the two characters. And even with Noah's character, like I find our characters connected. And then I liked that there was no red flag males in it. Like they were just great green flags. And he didn't turn into a villain at the end and try and kidnap me.
And that like Noah's character was like supportive. Like,
Yeah. Like the cup scene. Do you know like when they had like the string and the cup attached and we were
yes, that was so
I
cute.
loved that scene. I
That was like my childhood.
I loved it. I literally felt like I was back in, yeah, like in my childhood, just like connecting with like a friend on the playground and just like it was so cute. And the little Shakespeare scene with Luca at the theater, which I found was so cute too. Loved those. See, those are the moments like I remember. I've done so many of these and I remember that one so specifically because we it was different. It felt different for us when we were doing it. It felt more real. And I think we felt like we could play it more real because there was those connecting connecting moments in the script.
Like that realism. That's something that we do as kids.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, that's one of my favorite ones.
It's so adorable. I think it's one of my favorites too. I think it might be the my favorite.
Oh,
One of them. One of them. Like top three for sure. Yeah, sometimes they take some time to get put onto the apps and sometimes they don't like I don't know, they don't get the marketing as much as they should, or they like prioritize certain stories and then they put all the money into promoting those ones, whichever are popular in the moment, and then they don't really with the other stories, I find.
which is quite annoying because like I've talked to heaps of you guys now. I feel bad for saying that. I've talked to heaps of you guys, and it's like, oh yeah, we've got what, three, four in post production.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that you don't know when it's coming out. Like
I've had
what?
a one that's upcoming that's on my IMDb and it's been upcoming for like 6 months. And I'm like, okay. And then there's probably like I think there's like five of mine that I haven't come out yet, but probably a bit more actually. I don't know.
It
I
is.
love Logan. We're like best friends. Yeah,
But
he's union now.
yeah, he told me that. I was like, no, no.
That's my
I
reaction
was
too.
so mad. I was like, dude. I
We did one vertical together, and he was like my evil stepbrother or some shit. Sorry. And we got along so well. And so he's like one of my really, really good friends now. And so I'm so sad. Like, I'm so happy for him that he's union and he's like got enough credits to go union. But I'm so mad because I want to work with him again. And so I might just like be like to China or to Australia, be like, hey, like Logan,
come over
he's
here. Come over here. Come over
he's,
here.
he's
Please, please,
good.
please.
Send him over there and take me with
Yes. 100%.
because he can work outside of Canada.
How dare you?
That was me too. I
Like,
think I sent him that message. How dare you?
in general. Oh, he said he's got one that's been in post production since April.
Yeah, that's the one that we did together.
Is that your one? Oh shit, I am 100% down for that then. Let me know. Which app was it with though?
Um, I think it was real short. I
Aren't
think.
they pumping these things out though?
I think so. I think it was real short. I might be wrong.
I want to know a little bit more about Tides of Desire.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I haven't done too much research into it. Like, how long is it supposed to be?
Like how long is the movie?
Yeah, I
It's
I
like
like went into it, but then it's been a while since I looked back over it because like more episodes are releasing or something, and there was like 11 on Real Short and then nothing.
yeah, I think they're trying to still pitch it to a a platform, I think. But um hmm, yeah, I think it's supposed to be around like an hour-ish long. It's like a standard vertical length, but oh, the most amazing experience with the most amazing people and probably my favorite character to play ever because it was just it was just a little bundle of sunshine, just caring about the environment. And I had like, I don't know, it just felt very like I didn't have to play too much into a character. I could just be having fun and like bubbly and just like, and I had the cutest little outfits and just being with the people that I loved on set. And everyone was just so great and worked so hard. And uh, I just, it's like, it holds like a very special place in my heart because that was just the best experience with such amazing people.
I will admit I haven't watched the first 11 episodes because I want to be able to watch
All
all
of
of
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, like if you start a story, you got to finish it. So I'm
Hmm.
just gonna wait till like wherever, whenever it comes out. But looking at it through like its page on Instagram, it just I'm excited.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's a little it's just it's just a cute vertical and I'm very happy with how it's turning out and I I love Jada, who's the female, one of the female leads on it as well, and we're really close. So when we became close on that set as well, because I've worked with her brother Noah, but I never worked with Jada, and so we had our first time working with each other, and we shared a room in Costa Rica, and we just bonded so well. She's like my sister now, and I loved that whole experience, and Karen the director, writer, guest star actor in it. She did a phenomenal job with everything, and I don't know how she did what she did, but she did like so much into this. And her son was the DP, so that was really cute, and he did a phenomenal job as well.
I originally wasn't, I don't even know how to explain this. I originally wasn't too much into it.
Mhm.
And then I saw you, and then I saw Jordan.
I've worked with Karen. Antagonists are usually the kindest souls in real life.
What's one line from a script that has stuck with you long after filming?
There's like the outrageous ones. What? Oh my God. I'm trying to think of one that wasn't just a ridiculous line that we all laughed at on set and tried so hard to get through. Oh my gosh. I think honestly, what it was in the one that I did with Luca and Noah. I think it was during the cup scene, if I'm being honest, where she was like saying how she feels like no one understands her. And I can't remember it directly, but I have the scene in my head and I can play it in my head. But her feeling like she's conflicted between two sides and who will accept her, and she feels like she doesn't belong anywhere, and that her mom thinks she's a monster. And it's just like, I don't know, it was just so like I feel like a lot of people can relate to that when you're growing up, especially and you're in high school, like which was that's when it was based off of. Everyone can feel that not feeling like you belong and feeling like you have that weird dynamic with your parents at that moment in your life because you're growing into a new human being and changing your personality and rebelling a little bit. And I feel that was that whole scene I find stuck with me a lot because it was just so comforting to be able to play a character that felt like that and could express that she was feeling like that.
It did feel wholesome to watch.
Yeah.
Like it just, I don't know, it gave me tingles to watch it. But that was my next question was like, what's a scene that lives rent free in your head?
That one. And mm, I feel like it's one from Love Me Like You Do. There's definitely a few that live rent free in my head for multiple reasons. And I feel like a lot of it happens because of what behind the scenes was going on. Um, hmm. Trying to think of ones that didn't that like, that have already come out and not ones that are still in post-production, which is a little challenging. Um, yeah, I feel like honestly the whole script from the one with like Luca and Noah, that one, that whole storyline was so cute. And then the one that I did with like the whole family dynamic one was like breaking chains for a new life. Um, that scene, the pool scene, where me and Rachel, which is Shan, is the actress in real life, we both get thrown into the pool at different times. And I just remember that day so clearly. And so that whole scene just plays out in my head and just everything that happened behind the scenes and like us like just swimming in the pool fully clothed and doing like like drowning scenes or like the drowning scene where I was underwater and they had somebody scuba like in the underwater like trying to film, which I'm not sure if any of the shots actually ended up getting put into the production, but we there was a bunch of shots that we had to keep jumping into the pool and like making sure we landed in the specific spot where the camera was, but also like and then I had to scream underwater and then look like I was struggling and pretending to not know how to swim, which was quite difficult. Like pretending to drown is not easy.
Just become motionless.
Yeah, I was just screaming and just like wailing my arms underwater, trying not to float up.
So you're a floater.
Because I love swimming too, so I know how to like I swim pretty decently. So like pretending not to know, I'm like, and I was panicking a little bit too, because one of my bigger fears is drowning, which is strange because I know how to swim, but it's a fear of mine. And so when I was faking it, I was like, oh God, no, I can't do this.
It's like totally red. I was looking at what you were tagged in and I
Hmm.
found
Yeah,
that.
that's the one where
I skimmed over it this morning. I thought that was Luca. That's why I didn't say
oh,
anything. I didn't look at it properly. I'm like, holy shit, that's Max.
it's another werewolf one, so I can see how it would look.
I was like, if you just skim over it, it looks like Luca. Like
Oh
it
my
just
gosh, that one was actually so much fun to film. There was like we had a 50-page like scene, which I'm on the ground for, which if you watch it, you will see. But I'm on there for like 95% of it. But the cast, the crew, like, oh, that was a phenomenal set to be on. And I think I think that also that whole production lives rent free in my head. Like that whole sequence of me just on the ground sobbing. Like in between takes, we're all just cracking jokes and like laughing and having such a great time, which is so nice to have on a set when you're playing that type of character where you're having to have those emotions and just having such a fun, playful cast that will break you out of it and, you know, make you feel like Oh yeah, we are just acting. It's not something I have to feel later on, you know?
What do you want to see more of in this space?
Um, I do want to see a lot more of those connecting scenes between the two leads, 100%. Um, I want to see less violence when it's not like executed in the proper ways. You know what I mean? Like if it's portrayed well into the story and we can play it how it is in real life and people can connect with it and it's told in the right way, then I would love to be a part of a story that is more of a like awareness rather than, oh, we need this for clicks. Like less of that, less of adding in scenes like that just to get people to look at it. Um, I would love to see more of the I'm a big fan of like the werewolf ones, if I'm being honest. So I would love to see more of those. Those are so much fun to do. Um, and just different stories. I love the different stories when you see those odd verticals that feel more like a Hallmarky Lifetime movie. And it's like, I love it. I love it. I love seeing just the stuff we used to see when we were younger watching TV and into a vertical space is really cool and interesting. So yeah,
I
that's
sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. Like the romantic comedy types of verticals. I would love to see more of those. Those are so fun. So yeah, 100% those. I want to be a part of one very, very badly.
What about something like Princess Diaries?
Oh my gosh, that would be so good. Something like Princess Diaries or anything like Bridgerton themed would be
Yes, 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 yes,
so
yes.
fun. I've been saying that regularly on set. I'm like, we need to make a Bridgerton vertical with the costumes being half of the budget, please.
Oh
Like,
my God, I could just picture in my head now.
like a Bridgerton one would be amazing. A pirate one and more pirate verticals would be so good. I would love to do a pirate vertical.
I'm so
Um,
keen. It's when to come out. Aussie represent.
like if it's like any romantic comedy, like those ones that just click so well in my brain, and I am admitting that I bought a vertical recently that was a romantic comedy one, and I can't remember what the name is right now. But I was watching it and I had to buy the next episode because I was thoroughly invested into the storyline and I knew one of the actors on it. So I was like, okay, I'm supporting. And it was mainly because it was a different storyline and I hadn't seen it before and I wanted to see how they ended it and see how the scripts are changing and evolving.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, it would be different to the way you would portray that, wouldn't it? Like you would add your own little tweaks.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you. So yeah, this is the get to know you.
Hmm.
Favorite animal?
Oh my gosh. I love every single animal, but I feel like I have to say dog because I have one. Very
Cat
basic.
person, dog person is next question. Like, can I get dog?
Favorite dog. I really want a golden retriever, but I have a Frenchie and I love him so much. He's the cutest thing in the world.
Favorite food?
Sushi. I love sushi.
Favorite color?
Pink.
Dream country to visit?
Was Australia, did visit. Do want to go back and see more. Um, Italy, London. Like I have so many.
Favorite season?
All of them. But I like the summer because it's warmer and I get cold very easily. But I love every season.
Favorite actor?
Ooh, Robin Williams. Like 1,000%.
I can agree. I can agree. Favorite movie?
Tangled.
That is beautiful though. It's such a good movie.
I love Tangled. It's like my anytime I'm sad, stressed, or like happy, it's my comfort movie. That and The Greatest Showman.
Yes,
Those two, those two. Vertical, like The Greatest Showman, that would be pretty cool.
that'll be next level cool. We should, yeah, pitch it.
I'll write it and then I'll pitch it.
Favorite music genre?
Mm, I like classic rock and pop and I have a very jumbled genre favorites. It's kind of specific songs and things, but I think classic rock and pop would probably be the two.
Favorite is singer slash song.
My favorite singer, I do really like Taylor Swift's lyrics and her songs. I do love Billy Joel as well in the classic rock section. He's probably one of my favorites. Um, I also really love, oh my gosh, ABBA. I love ABBA. I love ABBA songs mainly because I love Mamma Mia too. So like I love all the songs and music in there. So then I became obsessed with ABBA afterwards. Um, kind of want to look at my phone and see what I have because I feel like it's a bunch of like different. I'm gonna look for my songs because I have it's always switching. Um, I have a new favorite song of the week is Ordinary by Alex Warren. And I think it's a pretty popular one right now that's circulating, but I love that song.
I can
I've
get
been
imagine.
listening to it on repeat. Um, mm, okay, wait. The Loneliest by Skin is one of my really favorite songs.
I don't think I've ever heard of this.
It's like I don't know. It just hits in the right places. Same with Could Have Been Me by the Struts. That's been my favorite song, one of my favorite songs for years. Um, and pretty much any Taylor Swift song, if I'm being honest. Like I really do love her music. It's just there's a different genre. It feels like there's a little different genres for everything, and there's different emotions for anything I'm feeling. Like I know if I'm going through anything, there's some Taylor Swift song I can relate to.
City life or country life?
Both. I can't decide. I dabbled with this question before. I love them both equally.
Valid. Biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I don't like I don't like chewing in my like very loud chewing is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. And like scratching and on like chalkboard kind of like anything that makes that type of like squeaky sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it's me like the ear killer.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it, it so shivers.
Yeah, like there's lots of sounds that are my pet peeves, I find, but I don't usually say anything. I kind of just internally struggle.
Speak up. Because there's probably a lot more people that agree with you than disagree. Oh, name three things you can't live without.
My journal, I use that frequently. Um, Coffee and music.
Hmm.
in the quickest answer that I could give.
That is fine. That is fine. Um, describe yourself in 5 words or less, or in one sentence.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm very bad at answering the describe myself.
Well, how do you think your friends would describe you then?
Um, thoughtful, generous, energetic, patient, forgiving, I
Because
think.
it probably all is true.
I don't know why. Awkward should have been one of them. I don't know why I didn't say that.
No, no. We're both just as awkward as each other. It's part of our personality. It's not, we can't put a label on it.
It's just, it's just, it's not a
Oh,
quality, it's the being.
literally. I would just like to say a massive thank you for taking the time to talk to me today. This has been incredibly insightful, and I really enjoyed getting to know you.
Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun talking to you and getting to know you. You're the sweetest.